Look, what you know about me on the block about 9 in the morning, cause your partner got popped. Thought he would survive, but they let you know he died. Now eternally you crying side, caskets don't drop. How you feel about the police drawing down on you with that 4-pound thunder? Was I about 13? I sent a message of a stressing adolescent, barely made it out the hood on the wing of praying the blessed saint. While the mama's still stuck in the hood. Every time the people see you, they think you doing good. How you feel about a savage with a gangster for a daddy, but a pimp for a brother, still a hustler for a mammy? Y'all can't rhyme without punchlines, and y'all can't shine without them diamonds. Where's your style? Cause I can't find it. Flop on time with the right timing. Rock, that's the hook. My people gon' rock.
With the way that education is today, what do you feel like the purpose of public education should be, or could be?
Well, I think it's complicated. Public education should, at its most basic level, should be about preparing young people for adulthood, which means for the challenges they'll face as adults. It means, so that includes everything from getting a job, to becoming parents, to voting.
With something like a No Child Left Behind Act, or like a test-driven standardization, like those agendas, do you think those are effective in promoting?
I think mostly they're not effective. But to be fair, I like to remind people that before No Child Left Behind, it wasn't like everything was fine.
Right.
There were real problems, and we had kids who could, if they just showed up to school, they could graduate, even if they didn't really learn anything.
Right.
And so what No Child Left Behind did was say, no, there's got to be evidence they've learned, they've got to be able to pass these tests. And then the problem became, after No Child Left Behind, that then all it became was preparing them for tests instead. So it took us a step forward, but it left so many more steps to go. And the problem is the policymakers don't get that. I'm a pragmatist, right? So I try to be, idealistic about what things should be, but I'm also realistic enough to know what's possible now, right? And we have, constraints around budgets. We have all kinds of constraints. So I was at a school in Queens. It serves 3,200 kids, which is a huge school, but it was a great school. The kids are excited to be there. The teachers are leading the effort to kind of the whole management of the schools, led by the teachers. And the principal, although he's kind of the visionary, he is confident enough to allow teachers to lead. And I came away, it's an incredibly diverse school, and I just felt so good after being there. And it makes you wonder, why aren't more schools like that? Why aren't more schools places where kids actually want to learn, where teachers are excited about being there, And so, but at the same time, you would say, oh, 3,200 kids, that's insane. It's too many people in one building. But what's the alternatives? You have to pay for this stuff, right? We don't just have unlimited money to support education, and so a lot of times you're trying to make the best out of difficult situations. But they're an example of a school that I think is doing it pretty well, and it left me really inspired.
Tell me what you think about Section 8 housing, government cheese, alleyways of violence. You ever been so deep in poverty's dirt, the grid on your navigation won't work? And what you know about rapping just to remain sane, to keep from selling coke or killing you, man? I sent a message of a stressing adolescent, barely made it out the hood on the wing of praying a blessing. Yes, won't you tell me about staying with your sister, cause your mama can't afford you so you can't make it to school? And how you feel about a beating for your ass, getting jumped in a gang at the